Greetings everyone, I'm Sami Laakso from Snowdale Design and I have a special guest with me today. I let you introduce yourself so I don't butcher your name.
Thanks. I'm Bartek, and apparently I found enough missing commas in Lands of Galzyr stories that I got invited here, so welcome.
Yes, and he's also like moderating the Discord server, not that there's really need for moderating so far, but who knows. We're going to play Lands of Galzyr. I think you have heard about it if you have found yourself in this stream, but it's an adventuring game set in an open world, and we're going to continue from the previous episodes. I'm playing Keridai, the Northern Bandit Newt, and Bartek will be starting a new journey with Bumir, the Marble Polecat. Welcome to the stream, Michael. Good evening. Bartek, finder of commas. Or I think in our case it's usually the finder of missing commas. That's been the case more often than finding the ones that should be there, but the ones that are actually missing. Welcome to the stream, Mihaha. Nice to have you here. So let's go to the table. Have game setup still on the snowy side in December, and we have the harmony card here. It's a bit hidden behind Bartek's face, but we don't need to look at too much. We're essentially saying that we will play 1 week until the next Tuesday. Welcome to the stream, Bartek. Oh, what? Quick look of our old stuff and Bartek's new stuff. So Bumir has own starting quest named Buried Secrets, and that dictates that as all the starting quests that the adventure does not start on the game board but on like off the board, they're not in Galzyr just yet. I need to choose where I will begin our continue Keridai's journey, and I think because I have this treasure hunt that is in Hesembi, that I will start there, which is this city by the riverside down here. And we chose that Bartek will be our starting player, and first you can move, then we go to the story phase, and you have only one option available for you, which is your own starting quest, Buried Secrets. Following a map, you will come to Galzyr in search of a treasure. Business as usual, but what surprises could the place you grew up in possibly offer? And now we take the scene number 84 to start Bumir's adventure. 84. I need to choose if I read from the screen or where. This is okay. And if the music is too loud or not loud enough, let me know, or some of our voices I can adjust that, but the waveforms look fine to me from my end, at least for now. Your long trek is finally finished as the crumbling walls of a town ravaged by war loom on the horizon. Once it was a marble polka town, but those memories are buried far in the past under decades of dust. Normally, that is because you've arrived at an opportune moment, or inopportune, depending on how you look at it. Right now, a festival has filled the streets, colorful banners, and this is a mistake, let's fix it. Because I have set the game to July and it's not July, so let's quit the current game because I was testing stuff before. Now we're in December. Let's go back to Tuesday, and it was 84. Yes. No festivities around.
So why we are all dressed up, I don't know.
I don't know. I don't have a Christmas tree, so I decided to be one myself. Welcome to the stream, Stenek. sorry about the name. From Czechia. Excited what you will be discovering tonight. If you have better idea how to pronounce the name, you can go ahead. Not my strong suit. The names with so little vowels. After a long trek, your objective finally looms on the horizon, the crumbling walls of a town ravaged by war. From what you've heard, it was once populated by marble polgats like you, but now the buildings have collapsed and buried those memories behind decades of dust. Only mundane mortal dangers remain, but perhaps something else lies there as well, like a worthy adventure, if your map is to be believed. You grin and pick up your pace. If there's anything to be found in the tunnels below, you'll find it, and that is what you promised yourself. You can imagine them earlier being just glitch in the matrix, and hint that there's different stuff happening in different months. So
Boomir just been there in July, but decided to go back.
Yeah, let's wait a few months and come back in December. I don't want any festivities. So we are asked to place you in the Shun. And you have one option. I guess you're going to head inside the ruined town. As you approach the Shun, you take in the sights. This is the first time you've been back to Galzyr in years. In fact, you actively avoided the place after you left at a young age. You swore to pursue the greatest adventures relentlessly, living a life of no regrets, and that's what you've done. However, a while back you ran into an old ocelot gambler who insisted there's treasure hidden below the Shun. Despite your skepticism, you set out at once. Otherwise, you might miss something big, and you cannot bear the thought of that. Your gaze wanders back to the crumbling but still suffocating looking walls. Whatever challenges this place has for you, you'll persevere, for you come prepared. Let's see how prepared you came. You get 100 and one random 200.
Yeah, I've just spent half a year looking for these items, so they better be good.
You found a crowbar. Or not found, but you came prepared with one for your grand adventures. And another one that you looked for a few months is an ear horn. maybe your hearing is not what it used to be.
As you know, probably at the same time I got my eye hurt, the ear got something as well.
So just for the future, with crowbar, it can help you if you try to force or fight something, and ear horn if you sneak, unlock, or observe. Can remind of those, but that's what you have for now. And good evening, Donza. You find an entrance to the tunnels easily enough, and smile as the invigorating aroma of stale air hits you. So good. It's a familiar smell only old ruins like this have. Makes you feel at home. Or so you think. You aren't exactly sure what that's like. Nevertheless, the map you've got stops here. Although calling it a map is a bit generous. It's poorly drawn, smeared, and utterly unreliable. Just the way you like it. You have to rely on your wits from now on. However, someone has drawn a scribble to the side, depicting a symbol of some carved on a wall. It could be an ocelot face, but you cannot be sure. Perhaps you should try that. So you have two options. You can either explore the ruins or search for more markings.
Okay, and my items don't help with that.
They do not help you exploring or searching, so you're left with your skill marks over here, in which case exploring a little bit easier for you, but the skill check is a bit harder, so up to you which one you want to choose.
I think Boomir would explore first.
explore the ruins, and in this first scenario for any given adventure we have these reminders to help with selecting the best possible dice. They are not used anymore in later scenes, because we hope you to be able to do it yourself, and we also don't know your skill sets at that point anymore. So it's medium skill check, so you want at least 2 successes, and no complaints about my dice rolls. I think this is, it's, so you have 2 successes, which is enough to not fail. It's not the best, because medium with 2 is like the minimum to not fail, but it's not the best. We don't know what's the best is. So is Boomir happy with 2, or do you wish to push your luck?
I think for the first step it's good enough, so let's go with that.
And you also do have your unyielding spirit that you can use once per game after skill check, but before revealing the outcomes to try get the final one, but maybe not good to waste that on the very first skill check. So you got 2. With routine ease, you traverse the tunnels, avoiding the obvious pitfalls as you map out the surroundings. After a while, you realize there's someone else down here. Also, that someone is nearby. You can smell it. Rounding another corner, you find yourself in a living space of sorts, generally speaking. There are piles of rags and wild half-eaten things scattered around. Sunfolk here? A gravelly voice calls from the back. That was not that gravelly voice, but oh well. Too late now. A figure soon emerges. A rat clothed in tattered, soiled robe. Here's shiny looking? He continues, nodding to himself. Found this? Yes, take a box stone. Then Sunfolk leave. Intrigued, you follow the rat to another room. And a heavy stone chest. It is locked by some old, still functional mechanism. And if the lock still works, so could any trap inside. Folks love to set those. When you turn back from your investigation, the rat is already gone. But no matter, time to get this chest open. And should you try to open it by delicately by unlocking, or should you force the chest open? And as for unlocking and forcing, I think you have
both. Yeah,
you have for both.
I have options.
Yes, for crowbar helps with forcing. You get 1 success and you can reroll 2 dice. And the ear horn, if you try to listen to the mechanism, you get 2 rerolls. No reroll, no automatic successes.
Yeah, I think I haven't brought crowbar here just to
So for nothing.
not be using it. So let's force this chest open.
And here we can also use the adjacent dice to your benefit. And at least 2, but 1 is also enough with your crowbar. And well, that's nothing. So I assume you want the full reroll at this point.
Let's reroll everything. Yeah.
And it's not bad dice rolling skills, it's just building tension. That's what I always say. Yes, that's 2, and then you get the 2 rerolls from the crowbar. I think you want at least might die, because that's the best one, and as either of those doesn't make too much of difference because they're both adjacent ones, so just pick one. That's 2 more, so that's 5 successes. You
I can't complain.
Burst the chest open. There's anything left of the chest.
It just dissolved under the crowbar.
The stone chest yields in the face of your relentless curiosity, and you routinely step aside as some ancient mechanism strikes harmlessly past you before falling apart completely. Eagerly, you push the remains aside and peer inside the chest. Among all the decayed junk, you spot something interesting. A peculiar stone pendant. It depicts a mountain peak and a rising sun behind it. And it looks increasingly familiar the longer you look at it. The more you ponder, the surer you are that you've seen the pendant before, in Rienstone, many years ago. Why is it here? A familiar sense of adventure rises within you, telling you must go get to the bottom of this, despite the danger that awaits. This is what you were born for, born to do. 2 prestige. I'm glad you're carrying your weight. And turn 111 the library, and you get 63 as well as 218. And that's the end of scene. As for the 63, you get an adventure status, curious and upbeat, and it can help you if you try to unlock, explore, or search something more. And then the 218 is new quest, Buried Secrets Part 2. The pendant wasn't what you expected to find in the ruins of the Shun, as it is strangely familiar. There's a place in Rienstone where you might find answers. However, obtaining that information carries a heavy risk. And that was your first turn. And then it's up to me, and I'm already in Hesembi, so I think I'm going to resolve this treasure hunt. It has a little note that says travels towards the vast and open plains from, but I don't know where I should travel there. With one hint, you know where to search for the next one. So I'm in Hesembi without a clue tag, so I can visit the theater and take the scene. 2, 2, 2. Your next quest is in Rienstone, seek for answers, and then see if we can plan a route if you wish to go there, if you want to meet at some place for some cooperation.
Yeah, sure.
I don't need you for my clues, I'll search for them myself. Welcome to the stream, Christy. Not all cats for life.
It's opening night at the Crown Jewel Theater. The building is up in the lights, proudly proclaiming its newest performance as a must-see event. A crowd throngs to get in, while ushers in the fine suits guide them into a grand hall. Not the most likely location for a treasure hunt. You see the movement in the side alley, someone stumbling towards the door at the back of the building. He bangs loudly, and you see an usher open the door and admit them. Do you have an actor tag?
I do not have. So I can either head inside from the front entrance or circle to the back. Nowadays, I'm like a bodybuilder getting that's what happened in the last session. So, and I'm hopefully a little bit lucky with my charm, but I have dumbbells. So, should I head inside from the front or circle to the back? I'm hopeful that I'm more likely to get to use my muscle on the back, so I'm not as smooth and smart anymore, so let's go to the back.
Alright. There's way too much attention around the front side of the crowds. The back seems the best way to get in undetected. Reaching the staff entrance, you see another actor approaching. "Hi, Ash," says the uniformed Polkat, who opens the door for her. admitting the dressed up to come. Turns out this entrance is being checked too.
Just my luck.
Well,
let's see.
Not exactly for a muscle.
Yeah, not exactly. I also have my vigor status, which can help if I force, intimidate, or run. I don't have anything. My charm might help me with sneaking, like if I am lucky enough, and I have pretty good dice for sneaking. And I'm not an actor. I just sneak past the pocket and trust in my luck if needed. If not, I'm happy anyway.
Yeah.
So I have
it
this.
seems easy, so.
Yes, and with these dice, not one of those, but this one. Yes, I can use all my dice. I do have my power of mind, but not on the first skill check. That's already 2, and from the charm I can at most get -1. So I would still succeed. So why not let's use the charm as well. And it says that between 1 and 4 I lose 1, 5 to 8 I get 1, and 9 or more I get actually 2 successes. So let's see if I can. With 8.
Close.
Yes, I get 1 more. So now I'm at 3. 3 should quite often it's enough for the best one in the easy. So let's go with 3. No, it was 4. I would have needed 9 from the deep 12 to be more lucky, but I'm not failing.
You wait until the polecat begins to nod off. Then quickly slide past her. Just as you pull the door closed, you hear a snort as she suddenly awakens. A close one. Quickly, you rush past the half-dressed actors doing vocal warm-ups, me, 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 and down into the warren of corridors in the basement. The Crown Jewel was built on top of a grand old opera house, and the warren of passages leads down to the basement beneath the main stage. Dusty cobwebs decorate boxes filled with mouldy props and rotting costumes. Your map tells you that there is a hint somewhere down here. You carefully look around. Aha! Between a heavy crate and a concrete wall, you find a tucked piece of parchment which perfectly fits a missing corner of your map. But it's incomplete. You need more. Are you careless?
Of course not. I'm very careful.
You can force the crate out of the way or search the basement.
If you would be here, totally forced with your crowbar. I'm also in good physical shape with my dumbbells. I'm in training as we speak. Like I'm walking the corridors, pumping iron. Yeah, I'm not that good at searching. I didn't get into shape for nothing. I'll force the crate out of the way.
Yeah, he wanted to use a muscle, so there you go.
Yes. And with the dumbbells, I get in all might skill checks, I can reroll up to 2 dice. So that one I can use. And yeah, I didn't even notice, but now charm does help with forcing if I want to push my luck with that. So this might be my lucky day. I was made for this. That's 3, and yeah, let's keep those and reroll 2 with my dumbbells. Let's see if my workout routine has actually proved any benefit to me. Yes, well, it does, of course. And let's see also if I'm lucky. 11. Wow. That's 2 more, so that's 4, 5, 6 successes. That should be enough to move the stupid crate out of the way.
Yeah, probably a couple of those.
And there's thievery icon, but I have no thievery here, so we'll go to the 4+. It would trump any might successes if we would have at least one. We pick the first appropriate outcome from the left, which is now the 4+.
As you easily force the crate away from the wall, 8 notes hidden behind it fall to the ground. Lifting the crate, like with one hand I guess, you find even more paper hidden beneath it, all perfectly preserved. You gather the pieces and decipher them. Not only do you know the treasure's exact location, you've learned that it's an ancient ocelot artifact from a forgotten era, owned by a legendary chieftain Yatikuti. An amazing find indeed, along with some old ropes and costumes you could grab that may come in handy later. As if to celebrate your success, a loud thunder of applause comes from the theater above. You may have missed the show, but soon you'll have your own reason to take a bow. Treasure, here you come.
2 prestige. We are tight, and I'm carrying my weight, of course, with all this muscle, no problem. And I may swap one of my skill marks for a communication skill mark. Maybe I have been using my muscle enough, and I can. I'm like, if I'm given the chance to change up my skill marks, I rarely can not do it. So, and I think at least, for example, in this game, you are specified in the physical space, so it's better if I can move mine a little bit to the other side if we choose to cooperate on some scene. It's beneficial if we have skills from different sides.
Yeah, so you diversify.
Random 164. I found a promising lead, and it has this the note saying the imposing walls of an impenetrable fortress. With both pieces of the puzzle, you have a clear direction for the final part of your hunt. The legendary treasure awaits. And now it has this half here Teshun, and I can combine basically it with my previous card that says now I can go to the closest grasslands to Teshun to locate treasure and take this card scene 0, 1 through 9. That's the end of scene. What's the closest grasslands to Teshun? I think it's here right next to you. Maybe we can go there together, but it takes me, even with Vigorous, I can move 1 extra space, but I could only come here, so it takes me 2 days to come here. We don't need to do it immediately, but that's one space where we can go together in the future if we feel like it. I could also go to Sarevar to get some new quests. I don't know what our plan is looking like.
Yeah, I was eyeballing Sarevar as well because of the quest, so
maybe you go get the quest, and if you're coming back for your Rienstum one, then we can meet here maybe. I don't know. It might take you a while to go there. You can go 1, 2, and 1, 2. It takes many turns to get back. Yeah. But now we go to Wednesday, both here and the storybook. And it's again your turn. You decide what you want to do. It's our paths are not like aligning as well as it would be nice.
Yeah, maybe later. So as I said, I've heard some rumors about jobs waiting to be picked up in Sarevar, so that's where I will head. So I guess
so the shortest route is here, right?
I think your map may be outdated.
Maybe you said that your map was unreliable, just like you want it, just like you like it. So in this, it's a mountain space, so we draw an event card if you don't have a card for that space, which you do not. And then we take the first appropriate scene from the top, and you're not shocked, not in settlement, grasslands, forest or hill. So we go all the way down here for the mountain event 241. 241. And let's see if the library has 279. Yes, it has. It's not often you meet a Manul sitting on a large boulder by the side of a mountain road, but it appears today is your lucky day. We're all so lucky all the time. I am Kesim, a pilgrim, sort of, explains the cat when you ask why he's sitting on the rock. He wraps his tail around his fingers nervously. There's an old mountain shrine nearby. Many travel to give offerings and receive blessings. It's a tradition started by the pirate queen Longclaw. Kesim puts his tail to his mouth and breathes fog through his thick tail. It's just that I get easily lost. The last time I was outside the settlement, I couldn't find my way back for a month. You don't have a thievery tag. Would you like to explore the mountains for the shrine, recall what you know about Longclaw, or just leave the Manul? Your stuff about exploring and recalling. Your adventure status will help you with 1 success if you explore. As for the other ones, you're just left with your dice.
Yeah, I think so far exploring worked well, so let's continue with that.
And for that you get 1 orange, 2 yellow. And yes. Easy skill check, nothing. And because this verb box here is not brown, but rather purple, you are forced to use this, so you can't help but be adventurous. And it also says that if you get 4 or less, you need to discard it, so let's see if you stay adventurous, or if it is too boring to follow a manual. That's 2 successes, so that's 3 in total, which is definitely enough for the easy one, but it's not enough to keep your adventure status. Do you want to reroll, or are you happy with this?
I would reroll, because, in the worst case I still have 1.
Yeah, you can't fail.
Yeah.
And you can always use your unyielding spirit if this feels like a situation for that, I don't know. That's worse, that's 1, so you're at 2.
Fair enough. So leave it at 2.
You're not going to waste your unyielding spirit.
No. Too suspicious about the cat.
You got 1 sword, so we're going to look at that first. As you prepare to begin your exploration, Kesim leaps down from the boulder. Oh, I almost forgot, he begins. The boulder, the reason I'm sitting on it, it has clues to the location of the shrine. Sorry, should have brought that up, but it rolled from a higher place and I think the writing is underneath. Would you like to force the boulder to roll? Hopefully read below it, or just continue exploring?
Well, I don't know if I want to roll it down the hill, but
you do have your trusty crowbar.
Yeah, exactly, and I mean, I don't carry it around just to carry it, the weight, like your dumbbells, so
I'm training with my dumbbells.
Let's give it some use, let's force the boulder to roll.
So for that you can...
so we roll again, okay,
Extra 1. So with medium we are hoping for at least 2, and crowbar again gives 1 success, and you can reroll up to 2.
How about adventurous in
But
this
I'm
case?
not-
Did I lost it already because it was
it,
used?
Yeah, it's the total was still 4 or less. So unfortunately, you're no longer adventure. You didn't even explore.
Oh yeah, I was interrupted and adventurous is lost.
No more. That was short-lived. That's 2 successes plus 1 from the crowbar. Do you want full reroll or just reroll the 2?
No, just reroll
ones?
the
Yes.
yeah, this one.
Nope, that's still 2.
I still want to explore, but
Yes, your mind is doing other stuff that the manual is distracting you so badly.
but it's still 3, right? So
Yes, are you happy with 3?
yeah, close enough.
You pull the boulder down the slope with all your might and your crowbar. Just as you get it to budge, you feel Kesim jump atop the massive rock. Here, I'll help, he shouts. This is not going to end well. His added weight pushes the boulder loose from your grip. You're about to get crushed. Oh no! Kesim grabs you just in time and pulls you away from being flattened. Close one, sighs the cat. You're too shocked to move, so Kesim reads the instructions hidden on the underside of the boulder and sets off for the shrine. Later, he returns holding a bag full of coins. Well, I didn't say I'd be making an offering, did I? He chuckles. Sorry about earlier. Why don't I come with you for a while? You could go to Arhin. I have big lead there. 1 prestige for all the let's say interesting stuff you did, helping the cat, and you get card number 54 and 279 for all your troubles. And we are going to return the event, the bottom of the event tab. As for 54, the experience left you in shock. Your mind is haunted by your latest dreadful experiences, making you unable to fully focus on any tasks at hand. You can only wish you had acted differently.
Now he's hanging out with me, so I'm
you are
I'm really shocked.
And you got the Kesim, the manual, the clumsy master of stealth. And in Thiever skill checks, you have to roll a d12, and you might get 3 successes, but you might also get 2 failures. But if you go to Arhin, you can follow Kesim's master plan. And he is actually careless. That was asked from me like earlier.
Oh, okay.
I'm not careless, but Kesim definitely is a little bit careless.
Yeah, seems so.
2 pairs of timer tokens. 1 for shock status, 3 days forward, and 1 for Kesim, 5 days. So he will stick with you until the morning of next Monday, unless something else happens.
Okay.
So if you want to follow his trustworthy lead, he wants you to go to Arhin. Not sure how you feel about that.
Not exactly on my way.
Like
but...
the exact opposite, like where you're going.
Yeah, kind of so.
And if
we will see if he will hang around enough.
You're going to Sarevald pick up some quests, and we have like no idea where those quests will lead you. And I have just 1 that is here, which is also quite far away. I'm kind of tempted to maybe set sail for Yedsten for the quest that is available there, but that's like so far away from my treasure hunt that I'm a little bit unsure where to go. Also thinking that I could come to Sarevar, but like I don't know where the new quests go after you pick up the 2 ones. Maybe I just start going towards my treasure hunt and then see where the new quests land after you pick up some from Sarevar. So maybe I'll go here. Some money would also be nice, but I don't feel like sticking to Kesenby. Maybe I run some money in the hills, I don't know, or the hills in this case. Because I'm kind of poor, I only have 5 gold. And he's asking if I'm wounded. I'm not, and I'm on heal, so it's 2, 1, 8.
The whole day has been brightened by a killer cold, with a snowfall threatening to drown the world in white. Yet somehow you feel as if worse has yet to come. Ahead in the road there is a wagon pulled over, forced to stop from the snows. A group of travelers are crowded around a hedgehog who is crying and wailing. Across from them a stranger stands, so heavily cloaked and covered in wicked charms that you cannot tell what species it is. With a voice of a painted avalanche, the dark figure points a gnarled mutated digit at you. Come forward, ye who seeks renown, and listen to things that are yet to be. Lies, lies! The hedgehog screams. I heard the filthy tutor. Do not listen.
No,
do you have a sent you?
I can either convince the hedgehog everything will be okay. Hard communication skill check. I'm a little bit better at communication. My new stuff, but I don't have any items helping me, so I could also change the skill check, but even that would not help that much, because I ruined my... I had 2 on the same skill, but no more. So my power of mind doesn't help too much either. I could also just listen to the stranger's words on decline. I don't have any choice to comfort him either. Kinda bad situation for me. What do you think? Should I listen or try to convince? I'm not going to decline. I'm doing something.
Well, you can just listen and hear what he actually has to say. Maybe it's not that bad.
The hedgehog did say that it's lies and filth. Let's hear what the stranger has to say. How bad could it be?
Yeah. Sounds intriguing. You ask the stranger to enlighten you. The travelers eagerly watch, wanting to see the hideous effect it may have on you. The being whispers to you of the future, of the arrival of the dark gods, this land that will buff all things in their horrible radiance, and that even worse things will follow. You fight back tears. In your heart of hearts, you fear this stranger's vile information to be true. You vow to never repeat its words. You compose yourself long enough to walk away without care. The travelers praise your bravery.
Yes.
If only they were victimized by the stranger's dark intelligence, they would never laugh again. You have a feeling you will be having nightmares for a while.
How bad could it be? I got 1 prestige. I don't complain. I'm carrying my weight. Every time I catch up with you,
You've
I'm
been
happy.
so brave.
I'm fighting back my tears. I get 57. I'm afraid,
Oh.
cowardice and weary. Terrified and paranoid, you can't get rid of the thought that you could have avoided your fate by being more careful. Oops. This would be hastened if I had any friends. Last game I had so many friends, now I have none. You have 1. So no hastening. I don't get any comfort from any of my friends. And I cannot choose hard skill checks if I have other options. That's too scared. 4 days, so I'm going to be afraid for quite some time. And we're going to shuffle 2, 6, 9 with Kerida's face. There's 1 for all of them, so it's an event card. That's going to get shuffled. Shuffle to the event deck, and then we return the drawn one to the bottom. Thank you for your recommendation. That's end of scene, end of round, we go to Thursday. As well. So your turn now. I could go to the treasure hunt scene this turn. I don't think you want to backtrack there. I don't know. Up to you. If you go to Sarevar, I think I'm going to take the treasure hunt alone, but if you get 2 new quests, I hope I can then come to help you with one of those.
Yeah, I think so. Let's see what the quests are about. So I go to Sarevar.
Here. The first one, looking for an experienced traveler to accompany me on a trip. Signed by Ulasia the Pinta Giant Tortoise. Foundation Part 1. Have you ever felt the desire to take a chance? To leave behind the comfort of your old routine? Well, I have recently. I'd like to journey to Hesembi using the old trade route through Timvar Rift. Would you accompany me, please? And when picked up, take 290 from the library, and if Ulasio is not with you, you are forced to abandon this quest. 290 from library. More friends. Ulasia the Pinta Giant Tortoise spends her days collecting and preserving old myths and folklore. She sometimes mistaken for one herself, due to how rarely she is seen outside. And -1 movement for you. As long as, but you can get rid of her if you abandon the quest. I'll put her here, and she can help you with knowledge skill checks. And her quest would like to be you to move 2 spaces north of Hesembi here. You can move elsewhere if you want, but you will be quite slow with just 1 movement. But you can anytime, if you abandon, the quest goes to the notice board and you have to return Ulasia, so she will just wait for someone else to take her. The next new one is the city is arranging a ceremony to mark my old age. You're just finding some old people, old folk around. I'd love to invite friends I haven't seen in a long time. Looking for a kind soul to help me locate them. Yuchan the Wild Chameleon. You're just helping all the old folk. It's a birthday party. To mark me turning 300 years old, Sarevar wants to arrange a celebration. I'd love to invite my dear friends Niroko and Palanal. Where Palana lives nowadays, I'm not exactly sure, but Nirokos should know more. He owns a nice home in Teshun's town center. I would start there, my dear. Vitsante welcomer, elder. And you can go Teshun to meet Nirokos. Nirokos just where you left. And new quests for the notice board. One in Arhin and one in Rienstum. So you have already moved, so you don't have any movement left. You can visit some place in Rienstum or draw an event card. Rienstum has metal factory, market, museum and park.
I have some money that I brought with myself.
Yes,
from my previous adventures, so I think I will visit market and see.
And you have one item
offer.
slot. Ulasia is not an item, even though she is mistaken for one sometimes. Market is the scene number 8. Let's go. Sarwar's market is mainly known for its lively trade in mounts and draft animals. Great for riding effortlessly from place to place, but there's plenty of other stuff for sale as well. And to have mount, partner stacks do not count. I don't think Kesim or Ulasia counts as a mount, so no.
Unfortunately not. Okay.
Or fortunately, depends on who you're asking. A mole proprietor of a mount renting service snacks your attention with a string of catchy and promising sales slogans. All the convenience of a beast when you need it, without the long-term commitment with care. Today, cheaper than ever! What would you like to browse for? Do you want to rent a mount before shopping for only one gold, or do you want to browse for something else?
I mean, it sounds like an interesting offer to rent a mount for just 1 gold.
No long-term commitment needed. So, you pick that one?
Yeah, let's see what's there.
The shopkeeper proudly exhibits his range of riding animals to you. Keep it fed and you'll speed from city to city. Well, I might disagree with your company, but maybe. If you ask Ulasia, it might be speeding. As you inspect the beasts, the shopkeeper pats a painted sign that lists their costs. See how low the price is on these handsome creatures today! We labored hard to bring you such low prices! Oh, and yes, you have to pay 1 to choose the option, so let's put you to 9, and you get a random 250 from the library. Your new friend, Dromedary. Loved by fennec foxes and other folks living in the south, these beasts from Africa have no trouble surviving weeks without water. And it gives you +1 movement, so you're back to 2. And it can be traded to an adventure without a mount if you want. And after a few days, you can also pay 3 gold to feed it and keep it for longer. Last time I had so many cards, I had to spill the other player's space, but I think now it's your turn to do it for me. Like, what is all of this? Invading my personal space. 3 on Sunday, you need to decide if you want to feed your mount.
Okay.
Taking your impressive mount from the tending stable, you still have plenty of time today to do something else. No reason to stop at one good purchase. You could still do some shopping through the brilliant and well-stocked wonder stocked at the Salvarian market. What trinkets might interest you today?
I think my crowbar is enough for like a weapon and camping equipment. I'm not sure if Boomer is interested in books and apparel at this moment. Miscellaneous gadgets sound like something.
You're feeling curious today and decide to take a look at the selection of uncommon goods and gadgets at the market. So let's go ahead and take 201. Running out of space. Let's clear those, so you can buy that one if you want, and 3 random 200s as well. So you can purchase any of these you want. And you can also sell any of your items. Ulasia is but one of them. For half of their cost. So earhorn would give you 3 gold and crowbar 3 gold similarly. If you want. Can you see what they do, or should I?
Roughly. So marbles are for sneaking and fighting.
Yes, and they are single use toy and a game, so it can be quite strong, but it's also quite cheap.
Searching and unlock. Oh, but the monocle is quite expensive.
Yeah, it's quite
but let's do that. The earhorn, like, wasn't very useful, so let's sell that.
You have good hearing. You don't need.
Yeah, let's sell that.
I think Ulasia might need it more.
And I will replace it with monocle for my only good eye. It sounds like an interesting idea for Boomer to wear a monocle.
Proper glasses, one is enough for you. So you get 3, so it costs 4. You go down to 5. Same as me.
Yeah, and I save a space for one more item if I find something.
Yeah, with assorted gear you could move your skill marks to the perception or thievery if you so wished.
No, not yet. I'm good, I think.
Yeah. Usually, if I visit the market, I also like to. If I have 3 items, I want to end with 2 items, because then I have space if I find new stuff later, and then I don't need to throw away, but I can actually cash it for money. Right. So that's end of scene, and then it's my turn. You blend in so well that I have a hard time like seeing where you are in this nose.
Yeah, camouflage.
What do you think? Where are you going? Like you have a quest here if you don't abandon Ulasia.
Yeah, but she is slowing me down. Here. So I was considering abandoning the quest that slows me down. So with mount I will have a movement of 3.
Yes.
So next turn I could be at your treasure hunt.
Yes, so if I just hang around, then if I move here and then you come here, then I need to do the stuff scene. And if you want to move Teshun, then with your quest, for example, you have to again wait for 1 turn for me to come there. Fine by me if you want.
We'll see what happens. I guess one or another we will partner. I guess we will partner on at least one of those.
Yeah. So I could do my quest this turn, but I don't do it yet. So maybe I'll stop by Teshun. I don't need to come this place just yet, and I already took an event here. So I think I'll stop by Teshun while I wait for you to ride with your new dromedary and drop off your old old lady. Like you, someone else can help you later.
Yeah.
Just
Let's help them one at a time, really.
yes, one old lady at a time. Do is too much. There's ruins and camp. I think you like visited the ruins already, kinda. So let's go to the camp. That's scene number 12.
You head for the mercenary camp on the southern side of the ruined town, where the walls are still mostly intact. There you see a pair of guards playing cards at the gate, looking bored, but perking up as you approach. Do you have a mercenary with you?
Mercenary.
As they ask for your business at the camp, what your business at the camp is, you give a brief summary of your recent adventures and how they've brought you here. The pair listens keenly until you finish. Sure, beats guard duty, one says. The two glance at each other, then turn back at you. Well, we'll let you in, the other says, but first, why not hire one of us? Sounds like you could use some help.
So for 4 gold, I could hire either Ofu or Yardak, and I have only 5 gold. So poor.
Will getting one of them now hasten your being afraid?
My afraid, it only hastens when I get the afraid status, so they can't comfort me anymore. The worst has already passed, so they weren't with me when it happened. Ofu would help with might skill checks, but I'm kinda good with that already with my dumbbells and my skill marks. And Yardak would help with perception and intimidation and observing. I'm not exactly too bad with perception with my current dice either. I think I'm going to be a little bit cheap now and not hire a mercenary. I had one mercenary like many games and I paid them so much gold. Like I don't need you now. These are different folks from last time, but I have had enough of these money sinkholes. Decline. I'm decline. I'm boring.
You decline their offer, telling the mercenaries that you can take care of yourself.
Yes, I can.
You show them your dumbbells and make your way into the camp.
Look at my frog muscle, even though I'm not a frog, my amphibian muscle.
Finally inside, you check out the camp. Rows of tents are set up beside few scattered remains of houses, and dozens of mercenaries go about their business. Everyone seems busy, but if there's lots of work to do, perhaps you could find some for yourself. On the other hand, the large campfire further in looks inviting as well.
I'm intrigued by both. I could have, like, I would like some work, but I also maybe relax with my afraid status. No, let's go seek out the person in charge. I think in the last one of the games, one of us went to relax, so I want to seek out the person in charge this time.
You head to a large tent further in, and in front of you find a step polecat captain behind a large table, staring into nothingness. He perks up as you approach and greets you curtly before asking why you've come. You explain you are an adventurer looking for work, and the polecat captain Monris gives you a long, appraising look before speaking up. We've plenty of work, but also steady flow of new recruits and never enough willing instructors. I would do it myself, but you know. He gestures towards the table filled with various maps and reports, but his gaze is back in the distance. You get the feeling he'd rather be somewhere else entirely, far from paperwork or training duty. Anyway, he says, eyes returning to you. You seem to have some experience on you.
Yes,
Maybe you
yes.
can teach our green horse something.
I'm glad he noticed. For climbing, my charm would help, but I have less optimal dice. I'm neither of these are hard, so I'm not too afraid of choosing any. Yeah, dumbbells would help with 1 reroll for climbing,
Okay.
2 rerolls for might skill checks. But I do have the charm for climbing. I'm tempted. I'm also tempted.
And you don't have scholar attack.
Oh yes. Oh, I have on my adventure board. I am a scholar from my school year, so that actually helps with either of these. I'm like the perfect newt for the job, and it might not be my like. I'm thinking, should I? Yes, I'm even going to. It's not like the most shiny moment to use my power of mind, but I'll do it. I can change the skill check to a different one by discarding the power of mind. So I'm going to climb the walls with recruits, but I'm going to make it. I would actually get three rerolls if I choose might, because then I can use dumbbells might ability and climb ability both from it. But I have better dice in authors. Only 1 die better. Yeah, I'm. Let's go with might. I'm gonna climb with my muscles. So I can. I have 3 rerolls, and because there are 2 different effects, I can even like reroll 1 die and then reroll 2 dice. I don't need to use them at the same time. So I can use from both of my items all the different abilities. And I'm looking for might. So there's 1.
We don't see the dice.
Oh. Thank you. So I have 1, and I'm tempted to keep this because I have 2 and then 1 to reroll the colorful dice, because it's not too likely to get successes from the black ones. Nah, let's first. Let's go everything. I will get more than 1. Definitely.
Yeah. Power of mind.
Oh yes, that's 3. That's 3. So I can then use the 3 rerolls for these ones. Technically it's 2 effects, but they're all black ones, so it doesn't matter. Let's see if my dumbbells help me. No, my useless dumbbells. Useless. But I'm going to trust in my luck. It has never backfired yet. So, of course it won't this time either. With 6, I get 1 more. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 from the scholar. I'm like the best instructor ever. 4+. Let's go.
Definitely. The Polkat brings you a dozen recruits who look like they joined the mercenary group yesterday. They're eager, but have a ways to go to be able to climb the mercenary ranks or anything at all. Thankfully, they are in the presence of an expert. Your skill comes in handy in both instructing and motivating the recruits. With your guidance and demonstrations, they learn from each fall and get higher next try. In time, you manage to haul each one up the still intact southern wall of the ruined town. The captain seems very impressed when you come back down, paying you extra and asking you to take on another job. they received. 8 gold. Well.
I'll gladly accept. So good thing you suggested me to wait because this was very successful. So I rotated 8 gold for me and I got another job, random 49, underground defense. My family and I run a business in Merat. We dig holes for folks to rent out as storage. Recently, a group of moles have been burrowing into our tunnels and stealing clients' items. Come find us near the ranger station and help us catch these crooks before our business sinks. And I have a new quest in Meratu. Here on the forest, if we ever wander that direction. Not soon, I guess, but it's an option. So we go now to Friday. And I think you now say goodbye to your
I will say
friend.
goodbye.
Old friend
to
one at a time. So this goes to the notice board. We put another reminder there. And 290 goes back.
She's not that old. She can wait a little bit more for someone to take her for a walk.
Yes, the other one is like 300 years old, so she
Yeah.
could die any moment. Like, first ask who's the oldest, and let's start there, so we increase the likelihood of their surviving until you help them. That's kind of grim. You take an event here, I guess.
Yeah, I guess I don't have anything else to visit here.
Grasslands, you are not up. Yes, the first condition is shocked, and you are shocked. This is your last day. You are still shocked. So,
Can you remind me what the effect on shocked is?
You can't use the skill marks of matching the skill check. So if you're doing a survival, you can still use your might die, but you can't use your two.
All right, yeah, that's an important one to remember about.
Michael is saying hi Kentsi. A mandatory break. Cat break. Scene number 126. You are shocked. Let's see what happens. You feel so disconnected from reality that you are just some spectral floating through the material world. Nothing seems to have weight to it, and little else registers in your thoughts. Time slips by without your notice, and many matters once important to you have faded from your worries. Your mind is so paralyzed it is difficult to concentrate on doing much of anything beyond breathing and putting one foot in front of the other. Even though you're riding your dromedary, but sure. With the thinnest amount of resolve available in your stunned existence, you muster it and decide what you should do to escape this strange condition. You're not in a settlement. Would you like to climb somewhere safe? Recall how to treat shock, or just wait it out.
Yeah.
I
guess I am still.
Yes, you're still shocked. If you climb, you can't use your your survival skill marks.
Yeah, exactly.
So you would actually be better recalling than climbing just from your skill marks. And as for your items, climbing and recalling, nothing helps. Ulasiai would help with recalling with knowledge skill checks, but you abandoned her. She knows how to treat a shock.
Yeah, that's too bad. And
But if you climb,
I'm not sure if I will, but
you
in
can
this
still-
case, if I would choose to use the unyielding spirit, can I use all
you
the
could
dice
use
from
the dice because it's not using your skill marks, and the shock says that you can't use your skill marks, so you can play a bit around your shock status with your unyielding spirit.
Yeah,
Or
I
you can
don't
just
think I will
wait
be.
it- You can wait it out if you feel like.
No, I think I have to do something with it. Not climbing, because I'm shocked because of some boulders falling on me, and climbing sounds like something may fall on my head.
Yes,
So let's try to recall.
And the reason for that boulder falling almost on your head is
Still with me.
It's still with you. So, no, not going to climb. Let's see how well you can recall how to treat shock. You're going to use... Yes, you can use your survival dice. Originally, shock prevented you from using any skill marks, but it was too harsh and not fun at all. And now it's actually more thematic because usually Bumir would climb, but he's so shocked that he's doing something that he would not usually do. So it's like, I like how this new one is less harsh, and it's also more thematic because then players will choose options that their character would not usually use, which more bodies that I'm shocked, I don't feel like myself. That's one, which is not in for medium skill check.
Yeah, I don't have anything to lose. Let's reroll everything.
That's still one. Do you want to use your unyielding spirit, or you can still use it, but the orange dice won't help you, so it would be the same dice plus one black one.
It's barely any better, so I think I will take my fate on me and accept what comes. Yeah.
Trying to focus, you pillage your memory for any tidbits of information about shock. While it is a common enough conditioning, you now reflect not many folk ever talk about treating it. Nothing. You cannot recall any means of treating shock. Not one thing. Not even a tall tale for some outlandish means. But if you cannot recall anything on how to treat shock, that might mean there's no way of treating at all. You will be stuck like this forever. Following this train of thought, your mind locks up even tighter, and you feel your skull is full of useless cotton. Nothing makes sense anymore. Well, we're gonna delay your shock status by 2.
I think when I'm riding this dromedary, I have too much time to think, you know.
I think it was a bad idea to abandon the old turtle lady.
Yeah, she would know what to do.
She would have known how to treat shock. So now we're going to return the drawn event to the library. 86 goes here. And we are going to shuffle 259. That's 259 to the event deck. Shuffling a lot of new cards in the event deck this game. End of scene, that was your turn. Well, let's see how this goes. One of us is shocked and one is afraid.
Yeah, sounds like a perfect team to do some treasure.
How bad could it be? But you don't need to lend you can lend your stuff one at a time, so you don't need to lend your shock status to me, but I am afraid and I must apply that to myself. So this was the these two. The closest grasslands to Teshun is 0129. So 129.
You follow your treasure map of the grassland trail, heeding your newly acquired clues to head southeast. It's not long before your map tells you to look more closely. Hidden between some rocks and a bunch of overgrown vegetation, you see a small, nondescript hall. This must be the entrance.
Let's go to the hole. I'm afraid that you're shocked. This sounds good.
Yeah, we want to hide from this world. Yeah.
Let's just
bury
go
ourselves.
there and let's just go there and never leave.
You head in to find yourselves in a dark cave with elaborate carvings on the walls and small statues depicting ocelots and ocelot culture, rituals, feasts, games of all kinds. A few dozen meters into the cave, you come to a large chasm blocking your way deeper into the temple. Next to it, a suspicious-looking crank mechanism. Do you have a cord?
Do either of us have a cord?
Ah, right.
I think you have a pole, your crowbar, but we don't have any cords.
No, the chain on my monocle doesn't work.
Yeah, it's too fragile or small for this usage. And none of us, including your clumsy, careless Mano, is capable of light, so we don't get that bonus. We can either jump across the chasm, or we can unlock the locked crank.
I think I had something for unlock, right? The monocle was giving something for unlock?
It gives one reroll. You can go and look at the mechanism with and quite good dice, and neither of these are hard, so I can pick either. I'm not afraid of a crankshaft or jumping. I think I should be a little bit scared of the jumping. But...
Yeah. I will let you choose, and I can help with anything you choose. The might dice may be pretty good with my help.
Yeah, and dumbbells again can give us rerolls for jumping, so let's... I'm not sure if either of us are in a good condition to jump in a mental condition, but at least in physical sense we should be okay. So let's try this. I can use this one and this one.
I'm too shocked to refuse anyway, so...
And actually, I played the game quite a lot, but in this case, I'm not sure if this has come up before, but you're shocked and you're a partner, and it says that in skill checks you cannot use your skill marks matching the check, so I take that as you're not able to lend me your might skill mark, because it makes sense. You would not be able to use it yourself, and now you're not. Because you can't use it, you can't lend it to me either. But I can use your other stuff, which should be enough. Yes, no black ones at all. Because combined we have still 4 adjacent skill dice.
Yeah, and it's not a big chasm apparently. It's easy to jump through.
So if I fail with all of these dice and my rerolls from dumbbells, we deserve it. Whatever happens, we deserve it. That's 1. I'm not satisfied with 1 with these dice. I don't care what you say. I'm going to take the lead and choose to reroll this. I'm not happy with 1. Two, and then I'll use the dumbbells reroll of 2 dice to see if we can get some extras. Yes, working out. finally pays off. 5 successes for jumping.
The chasm. Wide as it is, should pose no trouble for a paragon of physical prowess. You take a running leap, soar through the air, and moments later, easily land on the other side. You even do a cool roll. Standing and dusting yourself off, you pump your fist in celebration and gather yourself. This treasure hunt will not defeat you. The passageway is long, dark, and smells of moss. It begins to narrow, and you find yourself having to walk close to the walls. Soon, you came to an even narrower section with white stone slabs covering the ground ahead. Carved into each one are symbols of ocelot cultures: bells, paws, and grinding ocelot faces. You've got a bad feeling about this.
You are not carrying a crowbar for nothing. It has a pole tag.
It has a pole. Great.
Yes.
Nice.
You are a pole cat.
You could use your pole to poke the slabs from a distance, just in case there is a trap of some kind. I mean,
I can either poke it with my pole or my pole cat. I'll take you and slam you.
You go there.
You said you are a pole, or you have a pole. It doesn't matter. Just do it.
Fortunately, I have a pole, so let's poke the slabs.
Let's poke the slabs from afar. Otherwise, I might put you the wall across. While I can think of in a while to look what happens, but we don't need to do either of those. We can just poke with your crowbar.
You stand outside the slab corridor holding out your pole. Tap. The bell does nothing. Tap. The pause is similarly safe, but when you press your pole against the grinding ocelot face, you feel the stone sink deep into the ground. A thunderous roar of stone, a massive boulder. Oh no, not boulders again.
Guess he was
falls from this. I had a bad feeling about it. Falls from the ceiling, rolling across the stone slabs. You pull away and watch the boulder roll out into the darkness. The way cleared, you press forward. Phew.
Glad it was me, not me stepping on the stone, but your long stick, your long crowbar.
Your path leads to a huge, ornately decorated chamber. A light shines from the ceiling, showing off a stone pedestal with an ocelot trinket sitting on it. You grab it, your heart pumping with excitement. This is the treasure you came for. Now you return to the surface. In the corner of the room, there is a ladder leading up.
And number 31 cannot be given because it's my ocelot charm. So we get random 100 instead. So the ocelot treasure in this cave was an old miner's pick. Maybe they used this to carve the caves, I don't know.
Yeah, or maybe someone found the treasure before and left it.
I'm glad they left something for us.
They did a switcheroo, like...
Yeah, if I had too many items I could do a switcheroo too, but I have only those, so I'm not going to leave anything. Or maybe I should leave the charm here for the next person.
Yeah, for the next one. That would be fair.
The Earth's crust hides unimaginable riches and resources, sparking hopes of wealth in many. Moles in particular have enjoyed the gifts they believe to be created by their deity Johris, and help force, fight and climb. Many of the things that I'm already quite good at. Physical Geridae.
Seems like the moles we've heard about may have been here before.
Should we take the ladder or return the way we came?
I mean, the ladder is quite tempting, but having an option to return the way we came is intriguing. So, I don't know. We are still afraid and shocked, so I don't want to see another boulder.
So you want to return the way we came?
No, I would take the ladder.
You would take the ladder? Yeah, it tells you you're making more boulders. Where we go? Okay, let's take the ladder. Push your dromedary up the ladder if it's still with us. Or maybe waiting outside, I don't know.
The wooden ladder is old and rickety. Carefully you climb, heading up, up, up. Eventually, the light brightens and you pull yourself into the sunlight right next to the walls of the Shun. Those tunnels must run much further underground than you have thought. Finally, the secret of the Ocelot treasure is yours.
So, 2 prestige for both of us. We are being like on the same space each round. Nothing can separate our prestige. And move figure to Deshun. Same for you, and place both of these to the vault at the back of the library. Never to be seen again, or at least in a good while.
But look how lucky we are. The ladder is leading us exactly where we want to be.
Oh yeah, because it's your turn next, so then I'm already in Deshun, so that's like perfect. Rarely things go such well, like to plan, to be sure, to be exact, we didn't have a plan this, but
yeah.
And
I had an intuition about this ladder, so.
Well, your Boomer knows the Deshun's underground quite well, I guess. So now we go to Saturday. And it's your turn. I assume we're going to try to find Niroko, the old friend of Yuchan.
That's
and it
why
also
we are
has
here.
the handshake icon here, so we can take it together. And the number was 360. Instructions from Yuchan to locate her Deshunian friend Niroko are somewhat lacking. The center of town means nothing when the city lies in ruins from the war over 70 years ago. Lucky you, with my lucky charm. A young newt, I'm a young newt kinda, eager to prove her worth as a mercenary, offers to help you.
So, one of your students, I guess.
Maybe. She leads you through the burnt out city to Niroko's last known address, a pile of rubble. Now what? We don't have a mercenary. Like, oh come on, I didn't hire one. That would have been perfect. I would have hired if I had this much money, but I didn't know that I'm going to get rich, so I was so poor. But no, we don't have. We can together try to recall Deshun's history. Again, your turtle friend would be amazing in this. Or we can search the rubble for hints. I would not be able to choose that, but you're leaning this way this time, so you can choose that if you want.
Oh, right, because that's hard. But I can choose and we can...
Yes.
Okay, are we any good about searching?
Gesim only helps in thievery, which this is not. You get 1 success from your monocle.
Yeah.
You get one from that.
Okay.
And as for me, I don't have any searching stuff, and I don't have any recalling either. Yeah. So we're up to just using monocle and our skill marks and your unyielding spirit if it comes to that.
Okay. And as it comes with skill marks, I don't have. This is a perception, so I don't have
We
it.
have perception
But
and
I
knowledge,
wouldn't be
so
able to use them anyway.
shock doesn't hinder you here.
So we have 3 dice from you and 1 from me.
Yeah, if we search, and also 1 success from monocle, so would be okay.
Yeah, let's. Let's try it.
Recalling is not easy either. I once was learned no more. that time is behind me, so I'm not too good at helping with the recalling.
But yeah, with recalling we have my might dice and your knowledge.
Your survival dice and my communication.
Oh, sorry, my survival and communication.
Yeah, but we have better dice for searching, and it's also medium with your monocle.
Yeah, let's do searching with my.
I'm a little bit afraid of the rubble, but you go ahead and I follow.
Let's roll them.
Searching that both of those, 1 perception, 1 communication, and 1 black one. Nothing.
Not exactly what we are looking for. Well,
We are just using force, we are so used to doing that and talking with each other. Let's see if we can actually use our eyes. Come on! Oh, that's better! That's better!
wow, that's
More.
perfect. And one
from
more.
Your monocle, so that's 5.
Okay.
It should be the best, hopefully. It is.
Nice.
And it's your story, yes. You searched the debris for a while, unable to come up with any way to identify who lived here. Who lived where? In a public square, you dig up something remarkable. A nest of Galzyr fire spears buried to rust. I remember a legend that a local martial arts master could redirect Galzyr fire spears. This might be his work, the Newt remarks. He still lives around here. I can tell you how to find his training center. The ruins contain little else of remark except for some old weapons caches, which you could raid. Well, do you want to raid the weapons caches? You can move. Get a second might skill mark if you wish.
It will put me in an interesting place.
Depending on which you would let me.
Yeah, it will make me definitely more focus on fighting and the might tasks. But yeah, let's try it. I will move one of my survival to be might.
Small change being an adjacent one, but change nonetheless. Arriving in front of a circular wooden building in the center of a village, an elderly towering monkey sits by a fire, shivering despite the heat. He is, however, delighted to see you, and extra excited by the party invitation. This is, indeed, Niroko. I can't possibly attend Yuchan's party without bringing a present. Alas, mischievous friends have locked me out of my cellar. Help me down there, and I'll give you the directions to find Palanal. No underdogs among us.
No.
Would you like to unlock the cellar door with Gesim's help, or force the cellar door open, or just kindly decline to help. If we force, we're just going to explode the door in pieces.
Yeah, I just found some gear in the ruins.
And I found a miner's pick in the treasure hunt.
And with our crowbar and yeah, let's just
And
smash this
dumbbells.
door open.
Getting it looking, no, let me handle this. Let me handle this. You
ask for help, you get help.
Yes, you wanted to the cellar, we will let you to the cellar.
No one will be able to close this door ever again.
So you're not able to use your might dice though, because you're still shot.
Ah, right, I forgot about that.
But we can still get one from me, so you're only missing use of one.
Oh, nice.
So
okay,
2 thievery and 1 survival and 1 base one.
Yeah, still we might have enough items to just do it by
And
themselves.
I have dumbbells with 2 rerolls. I have miner's pick with 1 success and 1 reroll. You have crowbar with 1 success and 2 rerolls. That's already 2. Are you happy with that initial roll and start using the rerolls?
No. Let's roll them all.
Roll everything. All right.
Yeah.
That's
what I wanted to see. Yeah, but they are the 2 on the on the correct die. Yeah. So now we can use the rerolls to try something more.
Let's just start with from the left, like with dumbbells, 2 rerolls. That's 1 more. 1 from the miner's pick. That's 1 more. 2 from the crowbar. Let's burst this door open. No more from the crowbar, but it's 2 successes. Or I have my charm. Do you want me to? Do you want to borrow my charm? It also has force.
Yes, I think we can risk it.
It's 4 is minus 1. The first time it fails.
It had to happen at some point, but still.
So it's 3 and 4, and we're still at 5 successes. Should be enough, I think. Yes.
Yeah. Not much left of this door.
You know, like struggling and using the I'm praying with my charm and you're hunking away with your crowbar. With a single blow, you break the door open. Nice hit, Nirago says, clearly impressed by your feat. He examines the doorframe. Clean hit too. That's a small miracle, I would say. Satisfied with the condition of his door, Nirago descends the stairs into a large wine cellar filled with from floor to ceiling with bottles and casks of all kinds. This one, he laughs, grabbing a bottle, uncorking and appending half of it into his mouth while dangling from the ceiling. What were we done? This is vintage! I'm bringing to Yuchan's party. As Nirago polishes off a second bottle, he passes you a gift while telling you that Palar passed away many decades ago, but that her grandkids live in Hesembi. He says he should be the one to tell the sad news to Yuchan. Seems like Yuchan hasn't held party or seen her friends in a while. So we both get 2 prestige, because again our prestige is inseparable.
Nice.
We got 7 and 1/3 is here. Back to the library. And you get 23 and 159. Three, 159. End of scene. So you got a little gift from the Tamarin Monkey.
Wow.
Strong wine. In moderation, macaws consider flaming outbursts of respectable quality regardless of reason. Going overboard is as frowned upon as it is startling. And in might skill checks, because we're not good enough in those yet, you can discard to get 2 extra successes. Or if you intimidate, you can also discard to get 1 success and reroll up to 2 dice.
Okay.
And also, when we are on the same space, we are allowed to trade items and gold if we wish. Like if you have something you don't need as much, and vice versa. And I have 13 gold. Maybe we can balance a little bit out. Like both of us can only hold 20 gold, so it's a waste if one of us tries to get like too much. And you can also trade your mount if you don't feel like you need it. Birthday party part 2. Niroko has confirmed that he will come to my anniversary. To complete the guest list, I need you to locate Palanal. According to Niroko, she lives in Hesembi with her family. If you could kindly deliver the invitation to Palanal, I'd be most delighted. Thank you in advance, my dear. And now you can go to Hesembi and meet Palanal's family. At the end of this round, you need to pay for your mount, and my afraid status will go away. Do you think that you're going to Hesembi for this quest? Because with your mount, you can go there with 1 turn, and I will also use my vigorous status to get 1 extra movement to already go there to wait for you.
That's interesting proposition. So, but to do that, I will have to pay for the mount because.
Yes, and it's 3 gold.
Okay.
But I can throw you some gold. I have 13 gold. No worries.
I wouldn't say no to that. Do we want to exchange some items? I feel like our items are pretty similar in terms of being good at forcing stuff open.
Yes, I would like to get rid of some of my forcing stuff, but you're not big help in that. Like, maybe I go to the market in Hesembi to get rid of some of my stuff. Like, if we go there, I can go market, sell some stuff. I can give you money now, so I have bigger pockets to fill with the money. Like, maybe I have had enough of the dumbbells and maybe even the miner's pick, and I will sell both of them. Do you want to one of those and I will sell some of your stuff?
No, I am pretty happy with the items. Even with the wine, because wine we can use and it discards itself. So it's
I only have space for 3 anyway.
Yeah, so if you can share some cash with me for my dromedar, so I can catch up with you.
Yes, so if I sell dumbbells and miner's pick, I already get 6 gold from that, and I will probably buy 1 item to have 3 or something. So I'll give you 3, 4. I can give you 4 gold. We can then use it again when you arrive to Hesembi if needed. So you're at 9, and then you have more money to spend on your dromedary. So I don't have a pretty mount, so I'm going to use my vigorous status to get 1 extra movement, and I'll leave you behind and go to Hesembi. I could go to different places, but while I want to get rid of my forcing stuff, I have enough of those, and I'm a little bit afraid of new situations. So I'll go to the market as well, number 15.
Hazenby's diverse and plentiful marketplace is called the Floating Town, named after the many pontoons that keep its stalls afloat. Many goods from Galzyr and Gemset flow through here to reach the rest of Dymeria. An outdoor and weapons shop is advertising a discount on their goods to move their massive inventory.
I don't want outdoors and weapons, I just want to sell them. I don't have a mount.
It startles you to see that even a whole stable was put on a raft and is just as afloat as every other store here. What are you shopping for today?
We have after this like 2 days. If I want to go my quest in Merato, I don't benefit from amount because I can move 1 to 1 2. Or after this it goes here. I have 1 day it goes. Yes, I have two days, and I can still make it to Merato if I want to do that. So I don't need to spend my money on amount. I would like the special offers, but I don't want weapons and camping equipment. I came here to sell my weapons and camping equipment. I go with books and apparel, even though it hurts to miss some discounts.
You walk around the market, sometimes hopping from one jetty to the next. An alligator merchant growls at you when you pass his stall. Hey you, dummy! Get back here and buy something!
I changed my mind. I want weapons and camping equipment.
Hostile tones aren't typically welcomed, but you decide to humor him and look through the books and accessories he has to offer.
I want the special offers. I don't want to be mocked of my lack of intelligence, which is true, but it hurts still. I can buy this one to change up to communication or knowledge, and I can 3 different other options would be. Let's see, there's so much. Style guide would help with communication skill checks. Nice, also expensive. Another book would help with perception skill checks. And nice boots, which would help in convincing and sneaking, but oh, they are expensive. I could also sell my charm because it's more expensive. I could get 4 out of my charm. I think I want to buy the assorted gear and get one really good, one better skill with 2 pips like move. I think I have been crazy enough, and I'm going to sell the dumbbells away. And yeah, I'll sell the charm as well. So I've used them a lot. They have made their money's worth. So that's 4 plus 3. That's 7. And I'll buy the assorted gear to move one of my skill marks. So I need this one.
And the charm is not lucky anymore anyway, so.
Yeah, I'll move that one. So now I have 4 gold left, and I'll want the second item. I don't need communication that much if I have my good dice already there, so why not? Let's take the Way of Spice. The book inside a book. So that costs 5. I had 3 left, so it costs 2. So I'm still left with 7. now we are more different and it's more beneficial for us to join up.
Nice.
Get it? I had her like teenage years or something of angst, and now she's calming down a little. But I'm still saving the minor speak. Like I don't have the skill marks there anymore as well, but I still can benefit from the item. And that's end of that scene. Put the Ocelot treasure back. End of scene. We go to Sunday, and here Sunday has my afraid status gets discarded, and I think you pay 3 for a dromedary, so it delays by 2. You need to still pay once if you want to save it for the next game.
Well, we shall see.
But it's also really nice. Maybe it would be good, like if we know that someone would play Boomir next game, might be good idea to save and then start with Sarevar for the other old lady. So move fast with them. Who knows? That's 3, so you go down to 6. Our money is withering away.
Yeah, and I'm still shocked for one more day.
Yes, you tried to treat it, but you played me so bad.
Yeah,
and
that's because this guy is still walking behind my back,
yes,
doing nothing.
He will leave the same day your shocked ends. But he's not doing nothing. He's encouraging you to avoid thievery options because you don't want him to do anything.
Yeah, okay. Let's go to Hazenby and find this missing party guests.
So you're riding your dromedary. I don't need dromedary. I'm so vigorous. I can do it without one. Not anymore, but I could.
Yeah, so, hello again, my friend.
First it looked really bad on us like punching up, but now it's like everything has been working really nicely. Birthday party 361. 361. And Niroko's directions were fairly detailed, but the address in Hesenby is now a textile factory named Charmed Catnaps, built next to the mighty Iroga River. Like all your instructions are not centuries, but decades old. Like would be a little bit easier if you had more recent information what you can do. She's 300 years old. When was the last time the Emperor Tamarin visited anywhere outside this room? Or the Yutsan anywhere outside of Salomon? Such relics. The elderly stork in the dingy office faintly recalls some spectral bears living here before the factory was built. But that was over 50 years ago, she says kindly over the roar of the steam-powered cotton mills on the factory floor. Try City Hall, they might have records of the family. Hoping that family to be Palanals, you head to the City Hall. Unfortunately, the line at the reception nearly wraps around the building. What choice have you but to take your place in line? No populace for neither of us. We can sneak past the line. As for sneaking, I didn't buy the really good-looking boots. They were too expensive for my taste. But you know who would help us in sneaking? Or we can buy someone's spot in the line. We are not that rich. Or we can wait for our turn. That's also an option.
Yeah.
Just wait. Guessing is like, hey, please Let me stick. Let me show you how it's done. Let me show you how it's done.
Yeah, I'm tempted to see
What
how
are
it's
you
done.
afraid of? Let me show you.
Yeah, the rolls on the 12-sided dice have been quite high for a long
Only
time.
1 through 3 would be a failure.
Yeah.
How unlikely is that?
What can go wrong? It's our last chance to see what he can do.
Yes. Or what he can't do. You're shocked you're not using your thievery type, but we can use mine.
Yeah, and
1 perception from me and 2 might.
2 might from me. And we don't have any items that help with anything here.
No, we just have your friend. That's 1, and we have to use guess him at some point, so we can first see what damage he can do, and then we can choose if we want to reroll. Because we have to use him.
Yeah. So let's see now.
So 1, 2, 3 is -2, and 4 plus is 3 successes. Let's see.
Yeah, actually, it says that we should do it before, so.
Oh yes.
Technically, we should do it earlier.
9. Yes. Wow. 3 successes. He knows what he's doing. Look, he knows.
I'm still shocked.
You're still shocked. Are we happy with 4, or do you want to reroll the dice? We have quite good dice, but 4 is quite good for medium. I don't know.
Yeah. Okay, let's try it actually, because even if we fail completely, it should be good enough with his help. So let's try make it even better.
Yep, that's better. So we have 5, 2 from us, and from my die, 2 from me. Not from you, 2 from me, and 3 from guessing. You're just a freeloader. And we did got 2 eyes as well.
Actually, we have, yeah.
Just as you're about to slip past the line or letting him do it, you spot an elderly panda near the front, pacing back and forth, looking for some valuables. Where could they possibly be? I was just holding them. Your senses tingle. An opportunity has presented itself. Should we search for the valuables or continue sneaking? Let me do it. Let me.
Well, I know I tend to like helping elderly folks, but
my book would help us. Your monocle would help us.
But it went so well. We can't just like.
And we could sell him that no, this was a fake out. You do nothing.
No, let's continue sneaking.
Continue sneaking. Use the result from the previous one, which was 3+. So guessing alone would handle it, no problem. Quiz are something that happened to other folks. You slip past most of the line completely unnoticed. As you approach the door, you see a mongoose getting yelled at by an elderly panda. Who knows? You cough loudly as you slip in front of them. Realizing he's making a scene, the panda quiets down. When your turn is called, you're in and out, armed to the address. Leaving the city hall to the address right by the charmed catnip's factory. Of course, the mongoose you helped earlier gratefully offers you a book from the pile he's carrying. Well, does Bumir want a book?
Well, I think I've learned something from this story, so...
We've had quite many chances to change our skill marks this game. Sometimes you rarely see this, and Now we're seeing them left and right.
Yeah, I feel like over these adventures, Boomer is slowly forgetting how to explore and do the survival thing. So let's move the survival to the knowledge.
He's forgetting how to survive. That's new. Like there's a hole in his skill check now. But it's also can be like you can shift boomers all the way to the other side, and then you can try to fill the other, like the missing, with your unyielding spirit. Like you're more like.
Yeah, I thought about making this hole to like cover more of the circle.
Yes. The address turns out to be the bottom floor of some pretty apartments. The young spectacled bear who answers your knock, Sami, reacts to Jutsan's invitations with surprise. Palanal, her grandmother, is long dead. Her surprise turns into a minor annoyance when she realizes you mean for her to attend in her grandmother's place. Forgive me if I don't seem thrilled to give up a week's wages and spend time traveling to see some old friend of my grandmother's. Sapin grumbles. Oh snap. old folk party. Not for me. We are not, no roamers. Should we rationalize with Sapin? Again, you can't use your newfound knowledge because you're still shocked.
No, I haven't read the book. You know.
You haven't had time to read it yet. Or we could also convince her, but that handle also has to do a little bit of money.
Yeah, convince her.
I would have together we would have an excellent dice for convincing, but we would have to get rid of 3 gold. I can give 2 if you can get 1, then we're both at 5. if we want to convince.
Okay, rationalizing. It's only your dice again.
Yes, and it's medium, so I don't have any primary dice, so not the best.
And nothing to help with.
Yeah, no. For convincing, it's easier because of the money, and we have better dice, so it's you choose. We have way better odds with convincing, but it also costs money. It's not impossible to rationalize.
Yeah, I feel so. I just got a book. I feel like I should try rationalizing.
I didn't read it yet, but I want to rationalize. So let's save our money and hope that we can fake it until we make it. Your new book would be so helpful right now if you weren't shocked from your friend.
Yeah, I'm shocked that it worked, so.
Oh, that's 2 books. Please, no riddle, please. No riddle.
No, it's. I told you, the book I found. It was...
one from my die. Maybe I had a little bit time reading your book while you were just. I don't know what you were actually doing, but too shocked to read the book yourself. Or you can also use your anti-reading spirit, but I don't think so.
No.
You fully agree that since you haven't met her, old Jutsan might turn out to be boring. But it stands to reason that since she's an old friend of Sapin's grandmother, she might have plenty of stories to tell about their time together. As you thought, you can see Sapin's eyes start to mist up. Palanal has been dead for a very long time. You're right, she says eventually. I'll put in some time off. This is one party I shouldn't miss. She assures that she'll be there, takes the invitation and closes the door. You stride off, happy with yourself, after a good deed completed. Oh, 2 prestige.
Nice.
For both of
Perfect.
us. Oh, we go to 9.
Nice.
Despite all mishaps as well.
Yeah, and in the beginning we thought like we will never meet in the
Yes,
game.
no, we are inseparable. 1, 5, 9, and you get 160. And that's birthday party part 3. My lovely friends will soon be here, joining the city's ceremony for my 1300th birthday. I'd love for you to attend the celebration too, and help me with some final arrangements. When you have time, my dear, please come see me north of Sarvar on the outskirts. Now you can go meet Jutsan in
Nice.
Sarvar, back where it all started.
I'm also invited.
So it's my. So you have 1 turn left, and I have 2 turns left. I think I'll stick with my plans with going to see the underground defense in Merato for the moles.
Yeah.
I have pick with me. I can pick some holes.
Yeah, definitely. And I think we did enough together this month, so we can part our ways.
And you can't make it to the birthday anyway. Otherwise I could try to get there or something, but we don't have. It will be next month. The birthday will be in January or something, not in December. So I will start moving towards Merato and take an event for the hills. It's asking if it's Thursday. It's not. So the 4 hills is 179.
Traversing a series of bumpy and uneven hills, the smell of a delicious meal wafts by you. Deciding to inspect its source, you climb up a steeper, tree-riddled pair of hills and look at the clearing below. A mean-looking weasel and a turtle have food cooking over a fire, with a campmate. Tied to a post is a small shrew crying. "Please let me go," she pleads. "I'm not the one you are looking for." "We know that," the weasel rolls her eyes, "but you look identical to the shrew on the bounty poster. Where we bring you in, it's your word against ours." The shrew cries harder, to which the turtle loses her patience and tells her to shut up, or she will not be fed tonight. Should you get involved?
I have very little stuff with me anymore, and no range. I have 7 gold. I worked hard to earn that. I could sneak into their camp. I'm sad I didn't get the boots to fight off. I'm less good at that as well. My minus pick gives him 1 reroll. I'm not too confident on my fighting or sneaking skills. Sneaking a little bit better. I'm almost tempted to just offer to pay the bounty. Should I sneak or offer the bounty? Like, I'm I don't feel rich right now, and I would feel even less so if I offer 5 gold. We survived the convincing of the bear without gold, so I'm surviving without spending gold here. I'll sneak into the camp. What could go wrong?
You can always pretend you haven't heard them.
Yes, this will end well for me. I can feel it in my bones. Yes, that's 3. That's 3. Absolutely nothing to worry about. I'm happy with 3.
Yeah. Using your sneakiest methods at hand, you slip into the camp's perimeters. The shrew spots you, which you signal for her to stay silent. The 2 bounty hunters are distracted with cooking over the campfire. You free the shrew from her bondings, but in doing so, make enough noise for the turtle to hear you. Hey, you! She scoops up her musket and loads it. With the shrew free, you run like mad, with the shrew into the uneven hills. And after an eternity of being chased, the bounty hunters give up and return to their camp. The shrew bruises her face into your leg and cries a little before telling you that you are the bravest soul of the whole wide world.
That's me.
She gives you something before you both leave. You are just so afraid that now you are just back to being brave.
Yes, I'm not afraid anymore of anyone or anything, for better or worse. I'll fix the bondings. That should not have the astrophy. Next update. I got 48. A gift from the shrew. A grappling hook. Now I had a cord stack. An invention of Tuatara pirates. These simple tools were pivotal in ruling the high seas. While piracy has declined, a hook on a rope is equally useful in climbing up difficult surfaces. I can't, avoid climbing and forcing. I just can't. It's impossible. I'm just attracted by them or something. And return the drawn event to the bottom of the deck, and that was it. And that was Sunday. We moved to Monday, in which case you're finally not shocked and you're finally not with Kessim anymore. Both.
I was almost being tempted by his quest in Arhin, but I guess I will never know. He just was so bored that
it was a
he
bit
got there.
far away, and he wasn't convinced that you were going to help him because you're just so following some old lady's birthday invitation. Like, this is not what I signed up for. I said I have a plan in Arhin, not here. Are you not
I guess
listening to me?
he got on a boat and left
Yes,
to Arhin on his own.
Himself. Maybe we can find him on a later date. So what do you want to do on your last day? You can
interesting question.
You can ride all the way to Teshun if you want. In Hesembi there's docks, market, mines, and theater. I already been to theater in this game, but in the basement, finding some clues of possible treasure.
Yeah, I guess. Although I am still paying for my mount, but not that it's like.
It's 3 gold if you want to save it for the next round.
Yeah, I wonder if what's good use of it this turn, but yeah, it's only Teshun where I can get.
You can go to Teshun or stay in Hesembi. You can always also take an event in a settlement. That's an option. It can sometimes be forgotten.
Yeah, but now after reading my book, I feel like going to a theater. I think.
You're so learned now, all of a sudden. I want some good company, some quality company. I have had enough of these thieves and garbage.
Yeah.
Maybe you get a chance to use an unwitting spirit, who knows?
Yeah, I should.
Theater is 16. You never know what happens. The Crown Civil Theater is simply awe-inspiring inside and out. The architecture, the marble steps, The paintings adorning the walls and the stuff. Everything radiates excessive splendor. A play seems to be starting soon. Finely dressed folks already buying tickets and heading towards the amphitheater. Besides that, there's a polecat guarding a passage to the backstage area, supposedly to keep the riffraff out. But it looks like to be a boring job given how he's dozing off in his chair. Still, no actor.
No actor.
Should you watch the play for 3 gold or sneak into the backstage? Finally being able to use your thievery die if you choose to do so.
Yeah, he is sleeping, and I have my thievery and both of my might dice. Sounds like I may see what's backstage then.
So you did not come all the way here to enjoy the play, but rather wreck or what?
At first I thought about it, but like looking at this, like seeing this opportunity is like too tempting. I'm still Boomir, so you know. Even with my monocle, but
and 1 book. Your monocle and 1 book. Finally being able to use your primary dice after getting rid of guessing.
Yeah.
What is this?
Oh,
do you want to reroll? I think not.
No, it's like a
I think we don't even
perfect
need
roll.
to like calculate how many you got. You got the best. If they wanted to keep you out, they should employ more guards, awake ones even. It's insulting, really, and you passed through with a bit of chip on your shoulder. On the other side, however, an owl takes 1 look at you and tosses you some items, telling you to get ready as the play is starting soon.
Seems like I am going to be an actor in the end.
Do you want to be an actor or do you want a communication skill mark?
Yes. Like, let's move some things around. My thievery was already useful, and I guess we used all the thievery like symbols that are on these dice already.
Yeah, there's
So-
no left. That's how probabilities work.
So let's move that to to communication.
Also, a fancy boomer. With monocle on one and a pile of wine. And also the same old trusty crowbar that we just in case something goes wrong. At the backstage, you immediately hear a drawn-out wail. It comes from one of the actors' rooms, and you see a couple of folks arguing in front of it. What do you mean he can't perform? He's the lead actor, and he plays and the play starts soon. A Scarlet Macabre says in an authoritative voice tone. He said or sang that he broke a leg, director. A hare responds. What? Am I trapped in some pangolin drama? And there's an idea. Get me the playwright. Looks like they have some trouble with the cast. Time for you to act. You do not have a first aid, so you can either treat the actor's injury with your non-existing survival marks, or you can be the actor Boomir that you were born to be and perform the role on stage.
As tempting as it is, it's going to be hard, even with my book and my newly gotten communication skills. So I think I will try to treat the actor's injury.
Yeah. You have unyielding spirit.
Exactly, that's what I'm thinking.
So you still have those. Yes. Weird to say non-survival boomer like an empty hole.
I was shocked for so long that I am used to like getting the skill checks without the.
Yeah, but you're still good with the survival with 3 adjacent dice, so it's not all bad. That's 2. That's enough to not fail. It's not too good. It's not too easy to get more with these dice, but these dice here, however.
I'm tempted. I mean, now or never, so let's use unyielding. Or
like
actually, maybe
we can first reroll everything.
First reroll, yeah.
Like
yeah,
if you get 5 with this, it has happened before. So still 2.
Still 2. Yeah, these dice want 2, so let's try if my unyielding spirit can give us more.
This is Boomir's face when he tries to treat the actor's injury. Let's go. So you get both oranges, both yellow ones, and four black ones. And that's it. Oh.
It's just it. No more rerolls. Come on.
Only 3, but it's better than 2 and even worse.
It's better.
All the black ones are nice. So close.
Almost. In the end, I forgotten how to do the survival.
I've read so many books. Applying a splint isn't easy because your patient, a spirited huge turtle, keeps trying to withdraw his injured leg from you. He seems more interested in weeping dramatically than getting back to the stage. You manage eventually securing his leg well enough so he can move around. At the moment you do, the turtle jumps up and limps to the stage. No trace of earlier pain to be seen. While you watch the play from the back, seeing the turtle perform admirably, the Macau director comes to you. You got him on stage and did my theater a service. He says, I intend to repay you. Of course not with gold. She hands you a letter and one of their props. Here, a letter of my favor and a souvenir for your visit. It was a timely one. You get a gift and a favor. Let's see. Your gift is a whip with fight and climb and intimidate. Such aggressive items in this game.
Yeah.
And the favor is a favor of elite. You have won the trust of a person of high influence. Giving this letter to the right folk at the right time can make things a lot easier for you. Make it count. Do you want to discard one of your items? Leave as a prop the theater for the next ones.
Yes, I think I let the actors celebrate with wine, and I will take the whip with myself. I still like to keep my trusty crowbar and my monocle.
It's
that defines the new me.
Suitable for the one item. That's the end of that scene, and then I'll move to Meratu, and I'll take the scene 280 to meet Mode, the groundhog owner.
Arriving at Meratu, you pass a few sightseeing crowds and some mobile vendors and head to the storage hall. It is an underground storage business with a sign detailing prices hanging above an entrance ramp into the ground.
I just love all the holes in this game.
Descending it, you come to the main room with a desk and branching network of passages that leads to the storage rooms. Behind the desk is a whole family of groundhogs. As one, they greet you with a synchronized, "Hello, how can we help?" You tell them you are here to help Mode with the burglars. The mother comes out from behind the desk. We are tired of these scoundrels robbing us daily. We have to find out where they are going to come through next and set a trap.
No populist tag for me. No toxic tag for me. I can invent a new trap. Not impossible. I can search the burrows for weak spot. Yeah, that's better. I don't need to pay the crowd. We are stinging in this game so before. Yeah, I don't have anything. Yes, I have for searching. I can use my way of spice. In perception skill checks, I may reroll up to 1 die and convert 1 book into success. And because I'm using 2 of those communication dice, I'm quite likely to actually get some books and some perception. So I'm going to search the burrows for weak spot. Perception, communication, and thievery as well. Use all my dice. That's 2 and a book, so I'm happy with that. And then I'll just use the 1 reroll. See if I can get. Oh yes, even more. So that's 4 successes. They don't call me Four Eyes for nothing. And even though Kelly doesn't have glasses. Maybe she has contacts.
Studying the underground structure, eyeing the main room and visiting each of the adjacent chambers, you spot the perfect place for burrowing intruders to break through it. There is a section of wall that has no roots or rocks through it. You further narrow it down to the left side where the soil is looser. Mude nods her head. Oh, I bet you're right. We'll set the trap right there. Her family bangs together and assembles it right below the spot you picked. Maude ushers her family outside and closes down the store. She shows you where you will be hiding. We wait around until those crooks burrow their way in. Then one of us will spring the trap as the other pulls them down. With a hearty amount of time passed, the chunk of wall gives way to 3 naked mole rats burrow into the room. They begin delving into the crates of goods, unaware that they are standing directly on a trap. Maude smirks. All too easy.
No underworld. And for some reason it's not showing. Let's take it. Not streaming again. Should resume. And it looks like we're online again. My streaming software went kaput. But now everything seems to be working fine. I think it worked until this point. So let's continue. I have 2 options. I can either
I still can't see you or the screen at all.
Can't see me. Let's see. How about now?
Oh, yeah.
Yes, good. I don't have night vision with me, so either it's fighting the mole rats easy or spring the trap is also easy. I have a little bit better dice for springing the trap, but for fighting I have 1 reroll from my miner's pick and I just want to swing it. I want to swing the miner's pick. There's a tingling of the old getting I would resolve everything with force, and now I want to use the minor speak. So why not? Let's fight them all rats. We have the properly set up trap, so should be fine.
Yeah.
Might not be the smartest option, but it might be the funnier one. That's only one. Kinda not satisfied with that. I have only one reroll, so again, let's roll everything again first. That's kinda better because it's from the black, and now I can use the reroll on the keyword die. Yes, that's true. Might not be the best. I get to use my axe, and it actually helped me. So I got one extra success. Oh no.
Charging out of your hiding spot, you attack the trio of robbers. We've been found out! One of them cries. They do not flee from you, but instead draw thin-curved knives. Let's rip this fool apart! As you fight the three intruders, Maude triggers the trap. It doesn't catch any of the thieves, but it hits one of them hard enough to knock him off his feet. That's it! Let's go! I've had enough of this! The thieves scurry back into the tunnel. Maude slaps you across the back with a paw. Good work there! If they are wise, they will steer clear of here. Here, let me give you something. The Groundhog Mother pulls out some items from the company's lost and found bin and lets you take one.
Welcome to the stream. AHSS. I don't even try to pronounce how that. One prestige. I pulled to the lead. Woo.
In the end.
I got the full 10 prestige. You got nothing. You got nothing. Just 9. I returned the 49. I got the vault. And then with 2 random 150s, I can choose one of these to keep. You can either have newspapers, which would help recalling convincing, but only as long as they're fresh. So they would last 5 days, 2 successes, it's good. Or an umbrella, which would help in convincing, fighting and exploring. I can feel the umbrella tempting me. Like, it was a lost and found old box. I think the newspapers are already old. I'm not touching those old stories. I don't trust them. I want the umbrella. But what do I give up for it? I got to use the pick. I'm kinda happy that I got to use the pick, and maybe I'm good to let go of the past. Not be as aggressive anymore. So
leave it underground, take umbrella, go outside.
I don't need pick anymore. I'm happy. Let's return those library. And no partner getting.
Well, I should have stayed on your side, but
it wasn't meant to be. EHSS is saying like the letter S, so just S. Okay. Tuesday and Tuesday here. First is the mongoose, which is your dromedary. Would you like to pay for it to trade it for the next meal?
How much do I have? It's 5 or 6?
You have 6 and I have 7. So usually for 2 players the celebration is 10 gold. So if we want to use that, it means that we both go to 0. Which is fine by me, I guess.
Yeah, I think I will do a favor for the next Boomir and keep the Dromedar.
So it's going to be delayed by 2 and lower the gold to 3. And the next one is the harmony, the last scene number 200. Should you read the final scene for us, or should I do the honors?
I can do it too. After all the excitement, challenges and adventure, it's time to unwind for a moment and reflect on your travels.
2 adventures, and neither of us are isolated.
You 2 adventurers decide to punctuate your recent escapade properly and head to an inn to celebrate and trade tales of your personal epics. A nearby inn should suffice for this night of revelry. You find one whose lights are on and it's rumbling with the sound of laughter and music. Throwing open the door, you enter inside. The festivities lure for a second as everyone impulsively casts their gaze at the door.
We can spend 10 gold for a party, and we can also share items and gold if we want to change up our stuff. I'm ready to change Way of Spice and Grappling Hook, but not my new umbrella. I have not used my new umbrella yet. I've not used my Grappling Hook either, but I'm not as fond of that than my new umbrella from the lost and found of the storage hall.
So the book helps with perception.
Yes, and I'm quite good at perception already, so not like super great for me.
But what would you like in exchange?
Anything. I don't care too much.
I mean, I would like to keep the monocle. I feel like it's a good fit for Boomir.
I probably would actually like. I have a cord on my grappling hook, and you have a cord on your whip, and I have a pole on my umbrella, and you have a pole on your crowbar. So I would probably not want a double deck. So
yeah, that's
if
true.
you want grappling hook, just you can trade anything. Just don't touch my umbrella and don't get me double decks.
Yeah.
You can just leave it as
Do
is
you have?
as well.
Okay, I have 2 weapons, so I can give you a whip for a grappling hook. So we both keep cord, and you get the weapon.
It's better in climbing than your whip, but you can't intimidate, but you can force.
I can still intimidate with my monocle, so
Yes.
if you are fine with that exchange,
Let's swap our cords. I got that from
Nice.
the shrew that I saved, and you got the whip from the theater.
Yeah, so the question is, do you want to throw a party? But it's mostly on you. You have more prestige and more money, so...
It's December, let's go. Last day, last month of the year. Let's splurge a little.
Let's do it then.
0, and I will go to 0. It's the next month's Scary Dice problem, not now.
Yeah, it's a last month of the year. You can worry about it in January. And we saved in so many opportunities. You saved this money, so
Yeah, so this is a good way to spend money that was so tempting to use so many times. We have 9 plus 10, so we're at 19. Not too far
Okay.
from 22.
Yeah, but it would have to be like one more good partnering, it seems.
Yeah. Or less going to the market to waste your time just partnering.
Probably. You dump a pile of gold into the innkeeper and order up the sickest of parties. Everyone in the bar cheers, ecstatic as they get to party with such famous characters. Word gets around that folks from the nearby area join in, growing the size of your party. The commoners fawn over you. You have won the hearts of Galzyr. Folks talk about how tonight's festivities would make an excellent end of the year party. Everyone shares tales of the past year with one another, highlighting the best and worst parts of their past 4 seasons. All of you adventurers are inspired by those stories and reflect on all the good times you had in the past year. You can't wait to start the new year and get back on adventuring towards new challenges.
We both get adventures.
Oh yeah, in the end, after being adventurous at the very beginning.
And losing it
And
like on the very first turn or something.
And being shocked for the most part of the game.
Yes.
The Boomir is back.
One fight.
Folks come to the party, but are blown away when they see celebrities like the celebrities are hosting it. They scream in joy and mob you for autographs. The locals swap stories of all they have heard of each of you. Mostly your heroics, but some failures and shady moments as well. We just sneaked into one line, we were in a hurry.
And you sneaked into theater, but for good reasons. You saved the activities.
I saved the show. Even these less flattering moments fail to dull the bright stars you are all seen by as the common folks. You are famous.
And it was like guessing who's next snuck to the line. I failed, but we don't talk about that.
Yeah, definitely. Thanks for having me. It was a really interesting one. I'm playing Boomir in our own campaign, but it was quite interesting. I went a little different way this time, so it was interesting to see how Boomir can work differently. So maybe it will affect my Boomir in my games to let him explore some different areas than just.
Original Boomir in your.
I mean, definitely he is like full on survival, like 2 on survival and 1 on the other side. So when he's doing survival, he's just
Yes, he's still not bad at it even without any primary dice. He's currently not bad at it because you have 3 adjusted dice currently. Fun to see they shape and even make them like more stubborn and stay the way they are. It's like balanced in the way that you can.
Yeah, I was happy to exactly explore that this time because in my games I think I switched the skills just once, and I like them in the spot where they are, so I'm kind of not tempted to change them. So it was a nice way for me to explore the other way. So I may just try a little bit of that. It's interesting.
Too much consequences on your part.
Yeah.
But it will echo and ripple to the future games of this series. Whoever
Probably
continues Boomir's journey, like he has still you only did the first part of his beginning quest, but it's also
and
when you want.
Another elderly lady is waiting for someone to take her on a ride on dromedar. So
yes, indeed, on a ride with the dromedary. So Boomer is not the one sitting up. If he takes up the quest. Yes. So, any final thoughts before we wrap this up?
Nothing specific. Thanks a lot for inviting me here, and I guess we can wish everyone who joined us good holidays and happy New Year. And I guess there will be a stream in January to continue the journey. So
yes, the next one will be in January on the latter part of the month. Currently, if the schedule doesn't, the plans don't change, it will be Anton from Anton VS Finnish YouTube BoardGameGeek channel. He has been on the previous, one of the previous, at least one, on the streams when the game was not ready, but it was like a preview. So he was one of those and like set the stage for pretty high, set the bar for funny voices pretty high on that episode. So we'll see how that goes on January. So thanks everyone for joining in, and for, of course, for those watching this later as the regular YouTube video sort of thing. And you can find a link to Bartek's BoardGameGeek profile in the description, as well as stuff for the game for those who don't know about it enough yet.
And I also hang out in the Snowdale Society Discord channel, so if you join there,
you can go and harass him and try to see what it takes to get banned. So
don't
thanks.
try, don't
do that. The elves will see and you get no gifts.
Yeah. Don't be naughty before Christmas. No.
And not after that either. Thanks everyone for joining, and happy holidays and New Year, and see you next time.
See ya.
Bye.